Ah, Pixar. I've grown up with Pixar for a long time now, and I'm sure many people have as well. Pixar has a library of some of the most well-known and best animated movies ever. From Toy Story to Monsters, Inc. to The Incredibles, it's all so good. I take that back a majority. But one Pixar movie that I think is too underlooked and stands out among the rest is Ratatouille. For a long time, my favorite Pixar movies as a child were Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and Monsters, Inc. Now, while those movies are some of the best from Pixar, my favorite now after a couple of rewatches is Ratatouille, and for good reason. If there is one movie in all of cinema that has resonated with me most, it's a movie about a rat cook controlling a noodle man. Movies with talking animals have grown very popular over the years. It's a simple formula. Hey, you like that puppy? Well, now puppy talk like human. How cute. Ratatouille follows a different formula. People hate rats. Not many people that I know actually like rats. But what Ratatouille does that sets it apart even more from most talking animal movies is Remy. Remy can talk, but humans can't understand him, which makes Remy and Linguini's relationship in this movie so much better than what it could normally be. The opening of this movie is incredibly good. It starts off with a vintage TV playing a documentary. The best food is made in France, and the best food in France is made in Paris, and the best food in Paris, some say, is made by Chef Gusteau. Just like that, in the first minute we learn about Chef Gusteau and his best-selling book, Anyone Can Cook. We then get the dullest Pixar intro ever. This introduces us to Remy. All of these dull colors convey the message that being a rat sucks. The first time we see a true pop of color is whenever Remy eats the cheese and the strawberry combined. Moving on, Remy ends up messing up and he gets separated from his family. Remy is now at his lowest point ever. He lays in the sewers waiting for anything, but then Remy's passion to cook shines. His internal conflict and his thoughts are shown through the ghost of Gusteau, which may I mention is a figment of his imagination and they state it many times in the movie. He listens to the personification of his conscience and decides to go up and look around. This scene is driven by Michael Giacchino's beautiful score and it is just so good. This shot of Paris contrasts the first 10 minutes perfectly, and this vibrant shot truly kicks off Remy's journey. The next scene shows a kitchen and the entire team painting their pictures for their patient customers. Linguini is very obviously not in his zone in this scene and it introduces his character perfectly in my opinion. As Remy watches the kitchen function from above, he falls right into it. For the next couple of minutes, Remy is running and stumbling all over the kitchen to try and stay alive, similar to Linguini. Oh yeah, and Remy literally almost dies. He finally finds the opportunity to get out of this kitchen, but he passes by the soup that Linguini tries to fix and he realizes that his lifelong dream is right there in front of him. Remy is now in his moment, painting his canvas that was previously trash and turning it into treasure. Remy of course gets caught by Linguini and Linguini gets caught near the soup. One of the critics outside ends up enjoying the soup.
She likes the soup.
Remy gets caught again and Linguini is instructed to kill it. This entire 4-minute scene is what makes Ratatouille so special. Remy can't speak to Linguini, but Linguini can talk to Remy. I love how Remy kicks in his inner rat and then runs away from Linguini once he is freed, but he decides to stay with him because this is his chance to be a cook. When Linguini wakes up the next morning, his first instinct is that Remy stole the food and ran off. But Remy was, in all reality, just cooking breakfast for him. This duo's first day in the kitchen does not work out so well, but they figure it out. Remy starts controlling Linguini with his hair and they go as far as trusting each other with handling a knife. These two characters both help each other. Linguini finds out he is Gusteau's son, he now owns the restaurant and is now best friends with his former teacher. And Remy is living his dream being a cook. Chef Skinner is fired and is no longer marketing off his dead friend with frozen food products. Life is great for both of our characters. We could end the movie right here, the end goal has been achieved, but we keep going. Now ego steps into the story. Not just the character, but in our main protagonists. Remy decides to steal food for his rat family. Stealing is emphasized so much in this movie and Remy knows he shouldn't steal at this point, but his ego takes over. Our protagonists are back at a low point once again, and today is the day that ego comes. Linguini claims he has forgotten his own recipe since Remy is the real cook. Remy gets captured by Skinner, but his family ends up saving him. Linguini shows the true cook to the rest of the cooks. The secret is out. All of the cooks leave him, even Colette, with customers and ego patiently waiting outside. That's when Colette remembers what the movie has been telling us since the beginning. Anyone can cook. Remy's family steps in to help Remy, and we are back on top. Remy decides to cook ratatouille for Anton Ego, what Colette calls a peasant dish.
Ratatouille? It's a peasant dish.
This next scene is just so good. Ego takes a bite and his pen drops to the floor. This critic's most powerful weapon has dropped. He is no longer eating this food just to critique it, but to enjoy it. I absolutely love Ego's portion of his review at the end. In many ways, the work of a critic is easy. We risk very little, yet enjoy a position over those who offer up their work and ourselves to our judgment. We thrive on negative criticism, which is fun to write and to read. But the bitter truth we critics must face is that in the grand scheme of things, the average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than our criticism designating it so. But there are times when a critic truly risks something, and that is in the discovery and defense of the new. The world is often unkind to new talent, new creations. The new needs friends. Last night, I experienced something new, an extraordinary meal from a singularly unexpected source. To say that both the meal and its maker have challenged my preconceptions about fine cooking is a gross understatement. They have rocked me to my core. In the past, I have made no secret of my disdain for Chef Gusteau's favorite motto, anyone can cook. But I realize only now do I truly understand what he meant. Not everyone can become a great artist, but great artists can come from anywhere. It is difficult to imagine more humble origins than those of the genius now cooking at Chef Gusteau's, who is, in this critic's opinion, nothing less than the finest chef in France. I will be returning to Chef Gusteau soon, hungry for more. My gosh, I love this movie. I enjoy creating so much, hence why this video is even in existence, and it speaks to me so much. Anyone can cook.